Hello everybody and welcome back. This is QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and the goal of this video was to make it another continuation of the Power Up the Squad series that I'm getting ready to start here. But through the help of you guys, I had a major aha light bulb moment today. I had a moment to sit down and look at a couple of things you guys have been telling me. I don't know if I was actually changing a couple of them. I have been not really paying attention, I guess, to the setups I have here. I think I changed most of these, but I've had Mage items on my, let's just find one example here. Tried to change them all. Here we go. So I got a spell power amulet here on my damage dealing archer. And looking through, I ended up having 4 mislabeled rings. Had magic damage dealing rings on, no, 3 on my archer and my tank. And then I think I had 1 damage dealing ring on a mage. And then I think I had 1 or maybe 2 of my amulets were wrong. So I had seen a couple messages on that, and I, thank you very much to everybody who's been posting this and helping me to slowly get to the point where I start seeing this. So that was one, and I was going in, I was going to change them. That's one item. But the other one that this is something that's been, I tried to understand it for a very long time and struggled. Let me just do a quick battle here and we'll get into it. I tried to decipher the stats of the fights. And I had looked at that for a long time, and I'm a pretty good numbers guy. But for some reason, that just never, holy smoke, 6.9 million, I'm not fighting that guy. I'd never been able to quite put it together for some reason, not sure. So let's go ahead and fight this one here. And there's a comment or somebody left a comment saying that I'm completely reading the results wrong. I was like adding the 2 numbers together for total damage, and I was like, wow, look how much damage I'm doing. And they're like, no, that's not what it is. The first one's damage, the second one's defense. And for some reason, hearing that and looking at it, it just finally clicked. So I finally now get it. So thank you so much for all the feedback, and sorry it took so long for that one to sink in. So given this, I'm going to review this here just so in case there's anybody else that's in the same situation I was in, but I now can get a better idea how I'm going to set my squad, optimize my squad, and then I can start trading in other ones and doing some comparisons and stuff. So so I'm going to basically be setting, once I don't know if we'll get through all this tonight, but we're going to start trying to fix some of the stuff here that's wrong and broken. And then we'll work on, we'll establish a new baseline, whatever our number is. I have a feeling it's going to drop considering I have a lot of epic and rare gems inserted that are going to have to be removed, and I'll have to pay a lot of cash to get them put in the right thing, but whatever, that'll be part of the progression that we'll get through as we start getting stronger and actually better, for that matter. Even if the numbers are the exact same, it should be better once we get there. Yeah, so let's just review the results here. So what I was doing, let's look at the first person here for Maddie with 78,000 for that first line, and then 172,000 for the second. I click on that number here, and it tells me, now that I know what I'm looking at, it's the most obvious thing in the world. So that top line is our physical damage. So we did 78,600 in damage. And then the next line is the physical damage taken and magical damage taken combined together. So that's not any damage I dealt out. That's the damage that Maddie is taken in. And for those of you listening, if I am off on anything, drop some notes and I'll get it correct in the next video, and we can get some conversations going, because I certainly want to make sure I'm getting this right. So I can make sure I got an understanding properly, and I can get things, think a better way as I get through this game. So anyway, so Maddie is my tank. She's up front. The whole point of her is to take as much damage as possible. So she's taken 172,121, which is 70% of the damage of the entire squad. So if I go up, add that second row up. So 70% for Maddie, plus 1's at 71. Nothing there, nothing there. 29 for Julie. So 71 plus 29 is 100. So that's 100% of the damage taken. Julie took 29% of it, and Maddie took 70. And of that damage that she took, 172,000, the red was physical damage, and then the blue was magical damage. Got it. think I got it. So, and then Maddie dealt damage, and since she is a tank, she cannot do magic damage, which is why you guys have been telling me I can't leave magic damage. There's no point in having those on here, especially when I have like my archer in the back who deals damage, and I have a magic damage ring on there, and it was like a 650. So that's, I thought I was getting 650 of damage added on, but instead, if I had a real damage ring on, that's like 1200 damage I'd be getting. So that was a plus 600 in my mind, what I thought, but some of the other stats were better. So that's why I went with the magic one, but I'm getting 0 damage. So it's going to go from 0 to 12. So my damage output should start going up significantly once I get these guys set up properly and optimized correctly. So I'm excited about this, just being able to take these numbers and actually analyze them a little bit better and use this to start optimizing my squad a little bit more. So yeah, I'm fairly excited about that. So again, all these numbers add up. So Maddie did 13% of the damage at 78,000. Anthony did 39,000 or 7%, whatever. We'll go there. I did change a couple of things around, so a couple of my mages now are doing a little bit more damage than they were before because they have probably some higher spec items than they probably will once we get done. I mean, ultimately, obviously, I want to have the highest things possible on everybody, but we have well, there's spell power, it's a bad example, but let's go to this one. Magic damage, maybe that magic damage epic item might be better spent on my tank out front, which she already has it, but so I'm gonna have to reposition some of these as we deal with our highest important people first and then come down to our lesser important people. So I did know pretty much that our tanks were doing the most damage, not tanks, our archers in the back. So in this one, our big one, Leah, who's always doing the most damage, did 34%. But then our secondary, Julie, who I gave her this when I was reanalyzing everything, and she also has a damage ring now instead of a magic damage ring. So now she's doing significantly more damage. She also did 23. So my archers in the back did 57% of the damage in this fight. And my overall power, since I've done a little bit of this, I'm at 3.268 here. I think we were at 3.368, so I'm already down 100,000 from where I was. But again, we're reestablishing, and then we're going to work on pulling a lot of these gems that are not being used. Plus, I got some sitting on the bench that need to be put in too. But let's just go look at my look at items here. So all of these are not currently equipped. We got 2. Look at all the blues in there. We got 2 epics or 2 purples. We go to the armors. We got lots of blues again. We got 5 purples at least. Oops, forgot to look at this one. So there we go. That's a big one. I don't have to figure out what to do with that. This is the one I had sitting on my my archer. So I was like, hey, the crit and dodge is huge. This is highly useful. It's a good ring, but not for my archer. So am I going to have a massive damage dealing whatever you call them, mage? Which I already have one. I don't know if I have them currently set, so I think I might have to switch that. But, this would be a good ring for them. But then if it's somebody who is not my first string, they're my second string, I probably shouldn't be using my purples yet. So all of that stuff is going to have to be analyzed and figured out and worked out. And our squad, by the time this is all said and done, is going to be more powerful. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited where this is going to take us. So what does that mean? I think, I've been running this through my head once I figured it out a couple hours ago. I just wanted to get it out. And again, thank you guys so much for helping me to finally realize it and finally get there, because it's very helpful. And we're going to have to revisit all these too, because I don't think I need to have a third archer. I hardly ever use archers anyway. So this might be the place where I'm going to pull out and put my damage dealing mage here, and then obviously I wouldn't want to backstab on him. I got the double backstab. But then we have Leah getting close to being done, getting her next 100 in there, so she's 15 plus a day, half a day away. So 2 weeks she'll be done. And that'll be our 10th level 10 there, so our level 100. So what do we do? What do we do? That is the question. There's so much to do. Since I've kind of got burned out on this game during that last event, and I didn't really do much since. I kind of did the portal. I think we opened up our item in there. It took a little bit to go there. And then that was pretty much it. So I haven't really done anything. I haven't been doing anything in the clans. I haven't been doing the Gen Bay work. I shouldn't have done that. I just cost myself a chance of getting free stuff. But whatever. We're close to collecting another epic item from the store there, but I haven't even been logging in. So yeah, like I said, the goal will be to properly equip our fighters, and then we're going to properly gem the ones that we're going to be using, and then we will work on leveling up those gems, and also work on finally one of these days leveling up our hero, which we have not done a whole lot of, obviously. So I've been buying what are my diamonds, 9800, that went up again a bit after that event. As I see some key things here in the store that could be relevant, I go, ooh, like that, for example. I've been buying them, so I think I need 20. I'm not going to spend all that. So Sorcerer's Hat and the Ankh. Let's go take a look and see if there's any immediate benefit. So once I start spending my ether, I can actually get those up higher. So we got here. We need 2 more of those for that to be able to get the next one. So I'm going to buy 2 of those, because my goal is, like I said before, to get up to these totems here in the back, but I need to get through these to get there. So I'm just getting the cheapest I can get to get each of these lit. So there's 2 there, and then we had the Ankh. It's not there. I looked here already. Obviously that's not it. There. Yeah, I need 30. Yeah, I'm not going to spend 3,000 to get that. So we will keep that right where we are, and especially since we're not even using it at the moment. So we said we're going to go in and buy 2. Do that right now. 200 gems down the drain. Almost bought the wrong one. 1, 2. And here, by the way, I just saw it, this fancy heroic set. That's what was one of the items we got in that last event that I was expecting a lot of great things from, and it was extremely horrible. But hey, that's what it was. Okay, what are we going to do? Let's go take a look at everybody we got in the squad. So anybody who's still with me, watch, take a look, and let me know how far off I am on any of this. We're going to start with number 1 here. If you see something way wrong, if you see something or hear something that I say that's way off, let me know. I obviously need to analyze all of my items, my gear that I have in my bag and that I have on other people, and all of that jazz. But for the time being, we'll just go over what we have. So this is obviously runed up. We got runed, both of them. So attacking, 22% chance, 90 to a group. Plus we got that. So obviously this is a no-brainer. There are some more event bows, like this one, for example. Maybe. What stun was it? 22% 80 plus 500 damage that ignores the target's armor for each live mage in the enemy squad. So yeah, we'll have to compare that, I guess. The crit is up. The damage per second is down. We got damage, and we got better damage and crit gems in there. I guess we could see what, real quick, let's just do let's remove this real quick. Remove rune. And then I want to go, can I just have to equip it, I think, first, don't I? Alright, we'll do that. Equip. And then get to the right spot. Try on. So 22 to 9. Ooh, that would be up to almost 100% potentially. Damage to a group of enemies. All targets affected lose 8% of their max health over 3 seconds. Deals extra 500 damage. Let's just put it on and see. 22. Do you want to use? Yes, sure, why not? So 23%. Wait, come back here. 23% chance to deal 91% damage to a group. All targets affected lose 8% of their max health. Okay. Hey, wait, come back here. Remove. Sure, why not? Where's our other bow I'm looking for? This one. Equip. Get the rune. Use. Yes, that's where we were before. So 2192, so it's just a touch. What we were 2391, so more or less the same to a group. All targets affected lose 8% of health over 3 seconds. Well, it's funny, it's almost the exact same thing. Yeah, okay, what's a 98 versus a 98? It's got better gems, less damage, more crit. 41, 43 versus 46, 49. So, seems like that's the way to go. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I don't mean to spend this much time on those. If you guys are, yeah. Anyway, if you want, let me know your input on some of these armors, because I've been going back and forth on what my preference is, and I don't know which one I prefer for a lot of these, unless they're like special arena armors. But I don't have many of those, so. This one I think is not all that special. I mean, dodge is obviously good, but is it as needed for him in the back? I think probably increasing damage would be better. So 37% chance of dodge increasing by 50%, and then allies for 50. Obviously, it helps to have the extra ally dodge. Having these 5 crit gems obviously helps as well, but not sure if increasing dodge is helpful. And I did get this event ring. I decided to try it here. Obviously, we'll have to get the gems equipped, so I'm thinking this is the way to go. So this is Leo's one who had the magic damage, so we went from 0 up to 14 to 1800 damage, and the crit went down plus no dodge because the other one actually had dodge. Again, based on the last comment, dodge. This dodge is way down now, but is this important? I don't know. Plus, this is going to give us a once in a while deals an extra 700 damage that's shared between the target and 2 others. And again, to my other comment before, is that 7,000 divided by 3 or 7,000 plus 7,000 plus 7,000? 7,000 times 3. So, anyway, so yeah, and this one also is a misplaced. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We'll get everybody properly equipped, and then we'll work on the gemages later. I don't know if I have any. I don't have many other. There's one. So spell power obviously is a non-issue. Armor goes down by 200. Health goes down by 1,000. But we do have magic armor. And then the gems are health, magic. Yeah, I mean, it's not that great. I don't have a whole lot of other. I mean, most of mine are spell power. Spell power, so I have 2. Oh, there's 1, 2. So there's armor is down a lot. Health is down a lot. But we got 4 gems, and we got 2 here, was it? No, you. This, let's see, armor's down a lot. Magic armor. Then we got health. That's got spell power. I mean, that's like a waste. Put a spell power gem in there. What a waste. Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think on this one? I'm going to go, for the time being, let's just equip you real quick, and then we'll compare you to this one down here. So they're both 98s. Armor on the left is higher, magic armor on the left is higher, health on the left is higher, but it has 1 less gem. Those are all armor ones on the right versus health, armor on the left. Don't know. So we're going to stick with that for the time being. Alright, so properly outfitted. Archer, we got damage, we have tank, or whatever, not magic. Alright, so now we have our stun mage, which I upped his spell power a little bit, so obviously we want to up his spell power as high as possible, because that'll increase our, we're already stunning for 2 seconds, and this is adding whatever our spell power is. This is now 1.9, was 1.8, so the more spell power we get, the better, so obviously we want the highest spell power possible. So this one has 30% chance increasing magic damage. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I have one with stasis, I don't know if that's currently in play or not, but let me know what you guys think about that one. So here I got him now equipped with magic damage. But is that better? We might be better with this one. Magic damage is the same. Crit is up. Dodge is down significantly. But with the gemages we got going, I don't know if I'm going to keep the gems in this ring though. These gems might come out and go to other people. So given that it's close either way, one way or another, we'll keep it as it is. And spell power. Again, we got to up those so we can get our stunning more. So properly equipped. Alright, take a quick time out, get these real quick. Just because I'm anal like that. Alright, so that's 2 people so far. Let's go back here. So that's you. So number 3, we have our Restore Mage, the only one I have. And I have him on death summons a minion with healing ability. So we got heal, plus when he dies, he has heal. And when the minion dies, we do a little damage there. Here we got magic damage. We got crit, 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 crit. Look at that. Fantastic. Maybe that one should be on my stun mage. Obviously, it could be on my damage mage whenever I get one of those going. And then here, I have... Wow, that's crazy. So, spell power plus, ton of items here. So, that's fairly good, I think. So, that's 3. And there's our resurrection mage. We will look at that weapon in a little bit because I think I got a few other choices here. And then here we're taking a 30% chance of increasing own magic damage. Again, same as the other one. And now we're doing magic damage. And here's our happy pendant, since I can't seem to get any of the other key critical event pendants. And we can look at these as well, but whatever. I guess I should, because you guys know a lot more about this than I do probably, so you can tell me if I'm outfitting these wrong. So we have our Resurrection Mage has Dusty Artifacts. I think I had a different one before. It was some of the stasis or something which allowed things to be used more, so I probably need to get that for this one. We got a Restore doing our Restore. Just to make it easier to remember, we have our Stun doing Fighter chance reduced 90% chance of ability to cooldown or reduced by 80. Fighter damage is reduced by 90%, but ability... This one, I think this is the one I need to put on my Res Mage. Ability to cool down, because that means he can resurrect more often. So let's just do that right now, because I think that's correct. Unequip, you're going to get Dusty Antiques. Where is that? Here? Yeah. Who are you? Resurrect, okay. So you... And then you get Enchanter. Alright. Maybe right, maybe, I think I'm right on that, but I'm not positive. So let me know if I'm way off on that one. So Resurrect. Lots of damage dealing. I got a couple Resurrects on the bench. So I have to look at my wands to see what's what. Some of these damage dealing, some of these are actually good. So I need to get one of those on my guys on the bench and pull them in when I need to. Alright, so that's all I got for the temping. So we'll use that one. And I have one on the bench too as well, I think so. Okay, so he's good. So we got 2 left. Here's our main tank in the front. So obviously her whole point is to tank and to live and do damage as well, obviously, but stay alive as long as possible so everybody else can do everything else. So we have the weapon with Restore on it, plus it restores the team. I can go look at some of the others, but I don't think there's anything a whole lot better than that. No, not you. You. I got lots of daggers. We got some stun. We got this one here, which is not as good. It's just the one there, remove a random archer, so that would be the only option. But I'm currently helping level my, restore my team, so. Plus we have damage down there on the left as well, so I think I want to keep that. And then here we have this armor, which we have a legendary health in there, which is obviously helpful. We're taking damage, 31% chance of restoring health, and the allies' health. So again, helping the team out. So I think I need to keep that as well, just because he's healing himself or she is healing herself and the squad. So we can look at some of those other armors later, but for the time being, I think I'm running that one. I think I had this one misset before. Maybe not. So we got 4 dodges. I figure that's really helpful. We're doing some damage. We got crit, whatever, and we got the dodges, which is good. And here we got armor, so we are also level 100, which is good. So we got armor, magic armor, and health. So again, everybody right now. Oh, and we got our snail. Oh, we got one more. Forgot that. And then, where is our... Oh, yeah, you are. This is the one I got. Oh, and this is abysmal summoning. So that's just another, chance of dealing damage to a group. Obviously we could consider this one. Damage is up a bit. Crit is up a bit. 2280 instead of 80 instead of 85. 31% chance of increasing on crit. We got dodge, dodge, crit, crit, damage versus crit, crit, and damage. Deals an extra 500 damage that ignores the target's armor for each live mage. I mean, that seems like that could be probably good. Maybe I'll try that right now. So 387, 992, 387. So it's up an extra 500. So yeah, maybe that's good. And obviously, as we saw earlier, since I outfitted her properly with proper rings, she was doing more damage already. So, and then you also have chance of reducing damage done. Thought that was good, but maybe I should have increasing damage. So there we go. That is everybody. Sorry, that actually took longer than I wanted. But I'm curious, you know, like I said, for those who are much more knowledgeable on that than I am, let me know what your thoughts are on my setups and thought processes there. So I think, you know, that kind of went on fairly long, but it was fairly informative for me to talk through, and maybe informative to some of you. And this will be our baseline for our squad going forward. And we're going to have to go through all of this. Oh, wait. Stop that. We got these guys on the bench too. We're going to really quickly go through these as well. So I got my event stunning. And then we got this one. Obviously, I could put these as some of my primaries as well. So I'm not going to deal too much time with this right now. But these guys might have to, you know, potentially come on as primary players in the game. At least magic damage, spell power, so got the right items, plus blizzard, which from what I've heard nobody likes. And here's our other resurrection. 30% chance of casting stasis, that's what I was talking about before. Magic damage and spell power, so properly equipped. Oops. Oh yeah, and then this is the one that, you know, does mind control. Occasionally that one comes in handy as well. And obviously here's our other backstab. But is that the way to go, or should I mean, I'm never going to run, well, maybe I could run three archers, especially seeing how much damage they're doing now. Might be something to consider. Because I know in the past that people are running multi-archer squads and like cleaning house, but I know the balances have changed a bit lately. I don't know if that's still a winning strategy or not, but you know, same thing, 20% to 80 for a group. This one has restore, which maybe as an assassin in the back it's better. Then we got damage, and then we have armor, so that's good. Again, you know, we got some really good gems sitting on people that are on the bench that are not being used, so not all that helpful. Oh, and one last item, hopefully. We have some items here that could be useful. One of these was an arena dagger. Maybe I have two of these, so it might be better setting somebody up as an assassin here, just dealing sick damage, you know, 12% dealing 120% in 5 seconds, plus each hit the damage is by 11% when a target is killed, damage is reduced. Enhances damage. I think I have two of those. Not you. That one. So I got another one. I have two of those arena daggers. Make sure it's not 3. No. So I think that might be useful to have on that person. So maybe have two in the front, and then occasionally, you know, get rid of one of my mages and put this guy in the front, 2 in the back, and then the 2 mages, and then he'll be doing some crazy damage too, I think. So that's what I'm gonna, you know, the things we'll start testing out when we get a better baseline, and just looking at raw damage to see who's doing what and who's lasting, who's not lasting, those kinds of things. So this, I believe, will be our new squad power. 32, let's take a screenshot of that. 32, 64, 219. So that's around about 100,000 less, I think, than we were before. And obviously we should be able to level that up fairly significantly, fairly quickly, just by doing gems. And as you see, I have 9.5 million in cash, so I need to do something soon to spend some of that, not cash, coins, whatever. So that number is going to go up. I might even have to do a little bit of that before we do our next video, just because I don't want to be hitting the 10 million and just wasting coins coming in. So yeah, that we'll call that one there for the time being. Definitely want to get back at this and do some testing because that's, it's more exciting. You get to play with numbers, which I always enjoy, and then I can, run some tests, especially when I get back to the portal. Now the portal's closed, start doing, when I grind portal level 78 all the time with my current squad. I imagine with this new setup it'll be even easier, but I can get through it easy, and my squads, I can pretty much just go, once it's over, no matter how much damage I have to my squad, start it over and it heals itself back up, and I can go non-stop without any problems. So that, I think, would help be a fairly steady, consistent test case that we can run some of these numbers against. So next weekend we will be going for that, and then work on leveling up and see if we can do more damage and compare numbers and those kinds of things. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are excited about that kind of stuff, but that's the kind of nerdy stuff I get excited about. So that will do for today. Let me know any feedback you guys have on any of the stuff we went over. I appreciate everything that you've done so far to help me out, and look forward to continued help and support that we can work together in the future. So this is QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will catch up with everybody soon. See ya.